Have Reed Yadon back on the phone here as he is joining us then. He was talking to us when Mayor Craig Greenberg called. Reed, the mayor saying 280,000 gallons of fuel on board this plane.
Right.
As you said, that would not surprise you because this plane was taking off.
It was departing, so it would have been fully loaded with fuel for a 9-hour flight to Honolulu. And I am wondering if that is in pounds, not gallons. And I will check that.
All right. And Reed, for folks that are just tuning in, can you tell them again what you told us a little while ago about what you have learned about that cargo plane and what happened there, or where it was headed?
Pardon me. It was departing. The aircraft was departing. It was departing from the north to the south, and I have seen a piece of video, and if it got airborne, it wasn't very much. And whatever went wrong on departure. And there was a crew of 3 on there. On a flight that long, they will typically take a relief pilot on a 9-hour flight like that. And there were also some jump seaters, what we call them jump seaters. Some people flying as more than likely company employees that would have been on board the flight for official business reasons.
So you're saying a crew of 3 plus the 4?
Yes. That's my information from.
And Reed, I was mentioning a few minutes ago that in the past, many years ago, UPS used to take, when we hear Honolulu, they used to take people on flights to different destinations, and they stopped that. Do you remember that time? And is that why you believe these are business folks? Meaning?
No, the two are not connected.
Okay.
There was a period of time when UPS, in the early days, they had this large fleet of aircraft, and they would use them on the weekend to go to, you could buy a trip to Mexico or many destinations. And it was just an effort to get more utilization of the aircraft. In this particular case, these folks would have been more than likely company employees if they were what we call jump seating, or if they were riding along to go to Honolulu.
Okay.
They would have been for business reasons connected with the company, not as a leisure thing. They can't, those seats, they can't sell them or anything like that. That's just like the airlines, the commercial airlines, for instance, crew members, certain crew members can jump seat and actually ride in the cockpit. But some of the aircraft, some of the UPS aircraft, 747s, for instance, will have a small number of seats there in case company personnel need to go somewhere.
Okay.
And they can do it on a UPS flight.
Okay, Reed, thank you very much. Keep in touch with us, any new information that you have coming in. We appreciate it. Reed Yadon,
Yeah, it's a fast developing story, needless to say, and it is spreading worldwide very rapidly. There is some video out there that I have access to, and we'll see if we can get clearance to use it. It appears to me that the aircraft, if it got airborne, it wasn't for very long or very high. And it was totally engulfed in flames almost immediately, as you can imagine with all that fuel on board.
Okay, thank you very much, Reed. And again, as the shelter in place has been extended directly north to the Ohio River, we want to bring in our chief meteorologist, Mallory Schnell, to talk about the wind direction, especially, Mallory, if we have a little bit of light left back behind you on that Trimark camera there.
Yes.
But once again, we're losing the daylight hours, and to keep an eye on that smoke.
Right. So our sunset was around 5:40 this evening. Winds were originally coming in from the southeast. Now they're basically due south 5 to 10 miles per hour or so. So they're not moving all too quickly. Winds tend to relax a little bit during the evening and early overnight hours. But we had that live look for you. This is from one of our Trimark cameras at the Watterson and Freedom Way. And you can still see that plume of smoke that's lit up with more of those lights around the airport there. Not as obvious from some of our weather cameras now that that sun has set. This is from our camera over in Jeffersonville. But really that smoke plume has continued to move northward and a bit eastward as well. So you might be able to see it in eastern Jefferson County into Oldham County just due to that southerly wind that we've had. Wind speeds around 9 miles per hour currently coming out around the airport. So something that you can also get when there is a smoke plume is you can see it on radar. So obviously this wasn't rain. This was the smoke showing up on the radar there and really being lofted up in the air right at the time of the crash within the last hour there. That's why you're seeing some of those yellows, oranges, reds on the radar. And I put the 5-mile radius in there stretching eastward, but as we know, that has been extended now toward the Ohio River northward due to those southerly winds. And so that stretches all the way north and a little bit eastward, I would say, with that plume stretching into potentially southern Indiana and over into Oldham County as well. In terms of wind gusts, those will be staying on the lighter side coming in from the south and southwest over the next several hours. Wind gusts, though, will pick up later on tonight and into the day on Wednesday. Expecting those gusts around 20 miles per hour late tonight and up to 30 miles per hour or so for your Wednesday as well.